Hands-on project 8-5/6, making network cables. Narrated by Christopher Darnell, CIS 275. Now, the objective today is going to be to create our own straight-through or patch cable, or you can create a crossover cable too, but for the scope of what we're going to do, it's only going to be for the straight-through patch cable. And then we're going to test it for the proper connection. Now, the required items and the tools we'll need to do this is 8-wire twisted pair cable, Cat5 or above, a set of wire strippers, a crimping tool, RJ45 connectors, and RJ45 connector boots would be optional. We'll also need a wire cutter for this. First step is to measure out an appropriate length of cable. This could be a short patch cable, or it could be as long as a 25 or 40 foot cable, depending on which your application requires. Next step is to use the wire strippers to remove about 2 inches of the cable sleeve by placing the stripping tool at the approximate location on the cable. And once you do that, you're going to rotate the stripping tool completely around the cable in order to score the cable sheath. Now, you want to let the strippers do the work here. You don't want to press on the blade area, because if you do that, you can cause damage to the actual wire strands. Remove the sheathing from the cable. Then inspect the cable strands for any type of damage from the cable stripper. Now, if there's any evidence, strip back more sheathing and try again. As you can see in our slide here, wire damage did occur from an overly tightened stripping tool. The cable cannot be repaired, so we have to go and cut back farther for this. After stripping, inspect again for damaged wire strands. Once you've managed to strip it down without damaging the wire, go ahead and uncoil the wires from the twisted pairs and separate the individual wires. Line up the wires into the correct order for the desired cable type, either T568A or T568B. You can reference these drawings we have here on this slide if you need to be reminded. Also, Google is your friend, and you can research these. They're commonly available on Google Image. Grasp the wires firmly, smooth them out to remove any kinks or bends. Then, while continuing to firmly hold the wire strands, use the wire cutters to cut out the wires evenly, leaving about 1 inch of wire remaining. Now, if you aren't sure how short to cut the wires, hold the RJ45 connector up to the wires, measure it out so that they can reach the front of the connector. The jacket needs to go far enough into the connector so that the crimp will be able to pinch the jacket itself. Now, carefully insert the cable strands into the RJ45 connector, ensuring the wire alignment doesn't change, and be sure that the cable jacket is inserted past the crimp area into the base of the connector. Now, once you do this, firmly press the cable into the connector and ensure the blades in the connector fully penetrate the wire insulation. Now, once this is done, place the connector into the slot marked RJ45 on your crimpers and then firmly squeeze the handle. You may or may not hear a ratcheting sound or a click. It just depends on the manufacturer of the crimpers. Once you've crimped both ends of your cable, remember you gotta do this to both sides. You go ahead and you can put the cable into a cable tester, and you can observe the lights on the cable tester. Now, if all lights blink in order, your cable is ready for the next test. We're going to continue our testing by connecting your computer to the internet using your new cable. Now, once you plug in your new cable to the back of your computer and into your router or your internet jack on the wall or your chosen method of obtaining internet, go ahead and make sure you have a network connection. And then once you get the network connection, go ahead and try to navigate to a website. Now, if you're successful in this, then congrats, you've done it. Now go ahead and enjoy your new custom-made Ethernet cable. Thanks for watching.